You know what's always interesting when it comes to talking about AI bros, and the fact, especially when you include AI art, is the fact that these AI bros like to make fun of artists and say that their jobs are irrelevant and that's going to go away in due time and that you just gotta wait and that AI is almost there. And they start making all these posts talking about how AI is great and AI is amazing, but then they also want to cosplay as artists. They want to act like that they're actually artists themselves. But it's so interesting. We're at this point in time where AI bros have now put their hands into every single piece of the pie. They want to cosplay as musicians, artists, movie makers, producers, you name it. They want to do it all. And also make sure to give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. So I originally started with this post right here, and it was Aramika. This is supposed to be fan art, quote unquote art, of Attack on Titan. And they posted this and it popped off, got a lot of views. And then you go over here, and so people not realizing their art is AI makes me think that we're all doomed, which I'm going to talk on this point a little bit more soon, but this is because someone else called it out that this is AI. Now, this person in question, this quote unquote artist, this cosplayer, they took offense to that. They were really mad. They said, I was just inspired by that pose and design though, since it was so pretty. And so this is them trying to showcase their work process. That is all out of whack, by the way. The orientation, all this is all out of place. Also, yeah, you got people that called it out right here. Says those photos are in fact AI. You can see the Procreate interface shift in the different screenshots alongside the Apple Pencil looking warped. So this is supposed to be the sketch that they did right here. They also added their own reasoning, which I'll show you that in a second. But this is supposed to be, I guess, part one. This is them showcasing the sketch that they have done, which also a lot of people are calling out is right here. You zoom in. You got the tip right here looking pretty bent, like they've been chewing on it, or maybe they were just sketching up a sketch so hardcore that they're just fucking annihilating that tip, dog. Realistically, also I can't really, it's hard to say, but zooming in, the tip of the Apple Pencil doesn't look like this. You don't even see the seam where it breaks off. They're supposed to be, you can unscrew it and screw it in, and this doesn't even look correct on that front. Also, look right here, gallery. Do you have the icons? Last I checked, Procreate's icons don't look like that. The arrow doesn't, I don't think it has that going on, or this is looking a little fucky wucky. This is not even, legible. I'm sorry, dog, but Procreate interface doesn't work that way. It really doesn't. But you know what? Let's see, maybe they got some more examples that we can look at, because clearly, maybe something just went wrong with that one. So let's look at part two. All right, let's zoom in. Let's take a little hot look. Still got the little fucky icons, but hey, hold up. But this icon's now looking a little bit different. What's going on here, huh? What's going on? It's not even remotely similar, bro. What is going on? Why are we faking this? And now let's zoom into the right side. Let's see what we got going on over here. So we got the icons. You got this one and then this one. This one, you can't see it, but they're going to say, oh, well, it was just cropped out. So we can see the icon right here, that one, but then we can't see that one because, they just cropped it out. But here they are. This is part two, which is something looking a little weird about this render, if I'm being honest, the way they're detailing their process steps. But you know what? Maybe they just have a way that we just cannot comprehend. Let's go to part three. All right, it's almost together. It's almost here, guys. Let's take another look. Oh my lord, what's going on? These icons, wow, it looks like as each process goes on, the icons become more illegible. Nah, I'm lying. It's still the same garbage. It's just that it keeps changing between every single piece. But yeah, this is supposed to be their part three. This is supposed to be the, almost finishing it. And then let's go to the final part. Let's see it. Oh, here we go. The final piece of this is now we can see the entire interface. We got same garbage right there. Got this right here, and this is supposed to be them opening up, I guess, partly showing their layers, and then we got the Apple Pencil again showing, mind you, which is what I was telling you about before. This is supposed to be what was supposed to be on the original one. Which one are we looking at? Yeah, this one right here. So yeah, I mean, clearly this is not clearly this is not real. All right, you don't go having the Apple Pencil look correct right there. It's not even correct, but at least look like how Apple Pencil does look. And then you have this garbage right here that's not even remotely resembling an actual Apple Pencil. What planet are you living on? How do you think that even remotely real? Like, come on, who are we joking here? Who are we fooling, man? Come on. Also, why is it that if this was something that you did for real, why is it that it's always cropped out and you always have different parts of the elements of the UI even being shown? Like that makes absolutely no sense at all. There's literally no. It makes no sense, especially when you look at the positioning of this right here, and then you look at how the UI keeps moving every single time you do a compare and contrast. Like that's blatant lying. And then their response to this, their actual reasoning behind it, they said, "Upscale and distortion is not AI generation for the last time. Also, literally different images." Brother, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? What do you mean? I was just inspired by that pose and design, though. Since it was so pretty, you were trying to pretend that you were an artist. You were trying to pretend that you somehow, some way, shape, or form, actually created this when in reality you didn't. And you went so far to try and now make it seem like that you're such a legitimate artist, because everyone knows that Procreate is used by a lot of artists. That if you happen to have can't even just Photoshop the overlay in. If anything, dude, that is not that hard, bro. But you somehow had to go through the trouble and then actually just have AI generate the Procreate overlay in there as well too. That is crazy to me. What are we doing? Like, this is ridiculous to me, man. Come on, dog. This makes no sense. And then this account was made October 2025. Writer, I do a bit of art on the side, nothing serious, and you're somehow just popping all this out. No way, bro. No way. Like, it's just not happening. You're not creating all this right then and there. And then as people were calling out, as they looked at some of the other quote unquote art that they posted, this was one right here that bro can't even type out his own name, which is referring to this right here. Like come on, dog. Come on. Like, people are out here just trying to really pretend. You come out here out of nowhere, your account made October 2025. This is the first thing that you post. Then you got this, and now you're doing digital art. And somehow you went from doing this and now, wow, oh my lord, you somehow made this. Okay, like get out of here, bro. Get out of here. Why are we doing this, man? This is the most ridiculous stuff ever. And I know some people are going to try to argue, oh, don't give attention to this. Oh, you're doing what they want. And I mean, sure, you could say that on one hand, but the way that I personally like to view this is more of is calling it out and letting any other AI bro who wants to try and potentially try and get away with this in the future know that people are going to be watching. They're going to be like a hawk, and they will call that out in a heartbeat if people happen to come across and they see it on their feed. We should not normalize and try to go for the idea of, oh, let's not give attention to this. This is not the wave. It's more like we need to keep bullying and let people know that, hey, if you think that you're going to get away with this, you're absolutely you're fooling yourself. Realistically, if I'm being honest, they probably could have gotten away with it if they would have not posted any of this with the overlay, the Photoshop. They probably could have gotten away with it from a lot of people not really noticing, because a lot of people are just going to scroll in their feed and they're not going to take a hard look. I called out one post recently on my Twitter, which you should follow, by the way, but I made this post and it said the fact that most replies that are having to guess if this is real AI hasn't even noticed the Google Gemini AI watermark is crazy. Shows the watermark doesn't even do much at this point, which was this image right here, supposed to be Shadow holding this girl right here. And then you have a clear Google Gemini watermark right here, and it's supposed to say this is real. And there's a lot of people that were responding to this post arguing, trying to decide if this was real or not, when you literally clearly have the Google Gemini watermark right there. I'm telling y'all, a lot of y'all that watch these videos, I understand y'all are like locked in, and some of y'all might be able to tell if something's AI or not, but your average casual consumer really can't. And for them, it looks real enough to them. There's gonna be a lot of people who view that Shadow the Hedgehog thing, and they're gonna be like, oh wow, that's okay. They know that's real. That's cool, I guess. And then they're just gonna move on with their day. Most people are not even gonna look hard enough to see just even that Google Gemini watermark. So yeah, wild stuff. Just wanted to talk about this.